I'm Rebecca Roscoe, and this is my final presentation, going over all the projects that I turned in this semester. So, for my first work, we did the illustration presentation, and I did Bill Sienkiewicz. He's an American illustrator, and he was best known for a lot of comic work for Marvel, and he did do some advertising work as well. So this is some examples of his work. He did a lot of Elytra and then some Carnage, of course. He even did like a cover for the Batman movie that came out, I think it was a couple years ago. And then some other ones at the bottom. And then for my next assignment, we did the Aesop's Fables. And I had 3 stories that I wanted to do: the Dog and the Shadow, the Fox and the Mask, and the Frogs Desiring a King. Sorry. I decided to do the Dog in the Shadow just because just reading that story, I came up with like more ideas compared to the other ones. I could envision like what I would want. And for my sketches at the very top, I was thinking of more like, of course, involving a dog and a shadow, but like the shadow is like taunting the dog because the dog didn't win in the end of the story. So these are my sketches, and then my final renderings are the black and white. I used the watercolor pencil for the first time. So when I used it, I kind of just went for it. Of course, I did like some little swatches, but it was the first time using it for me, which is why it's like a little smudgy and stuff. But I thought it was kind of fun. I do want to work with it more, but I do think I could have added more detail or more of an understanding to what the story was going on, because I knew what was going on, but someone who probably didn't read the tale probably wouldn't understand. So I do get that. But then for my next one was the 5 observational and 5 imagination sketches. For my observational sketches, I took a lot of inspo poses from just random photos on Pinterest. So it's the 5 right here. And then for my imagination, it's a little, it needs work, that's for sure. But I could definitely do more of the observation sketches so I can be better at the imagination sketches. So I do know that now. And then for the 10 gesture drawings, I had a lot of fun with this just because I never really thought of like drawing from a movie, like scene by scene. So just having like the scenes actually go play by play and just drawing it myself was actually really fun, and I really like that because that's kind of, I didn't really think about it, but that's kind of how they do it for movies, just so that they know what it would look like. And I know I did do a lot of details for these. They were supposed to be fast, but I did them very quickly. And then for my 3 character designs, my story was more like a kind of a play on Spider-Man. I couldn't think of anything. But more as in this guy gets a serum from spider powers and he becomes like I wouldn't say an assassin, but like he was like controlled by bad people, so he just go back at them because like they were controlling him all his life. But my 3 main characters were the spider, the scientist who created the spider, and the super spider serum that gave it to Ten, the main character, who becomes like a spider person, spider soldier. But yeah, and like the style, I really liked, like I wanted to give him features of a spider, but not too obvious. So I kind of give him 8 eyes like a spider, but not too obvious. So it's like he can hide it with his hair. And then for my perspective drawing, I know it was supposed to be a room, but my setting for the comic book was like in Japan. So I kind of wanted it to be in like an alley, somewhere that could be crowded or he can sneak through. So I took a lot of inspo from just like real pictures of like alleyways in Japan and just like did my own version. It's a little simple of like what I would see in my comic. So first I started with, the sketch, trying to get the perspective right for 1 point perspective, and then added more details and shading. And for my comic book progress, my first 6 slides or 6 sections, I wanted the scene to be like where Dr. Jones, the scientist, is forced to give over the serum so that they can inject it into 10, but she doesn't agree to it. She never agreed to it being like used as a weapon, and he doesn't know what's going on. He didn't even know this was like happening. And so he is not for it, and they do it on him, and he doesn't want it, but they do it anyway. And so as it goes scene by scene, he gets it. He breaks out because now it's like in his body. He has the powers now, and he does not know what's going on. He just knows he's angry because they're hurting someone who he's friends with and who's helped him. And now he's like super shocked. So that's like the story that I wanted to go with. And then this is like the colored version. And I got comments on it, like changing the skin tone, which I think is good because it is a little too pale. And then adding just more details, more color, make it more cohesive. And then for my finished comic design, I did add more color. I changed the skin tones. I was told to add her eye to like show that she's scared or that she's not. I would have maybe like put like a tear, and I should have worked on that, but I did not. I was doing other things. But I really liked how it came out. I kind of made it like each section is like different, and like where he's ripping out of the restraints, it's like its own little thing. It's not actually in a square. It's like, ooh, And so yeah, it's the same story, but the beginning I changed. Ooh, and I do see how the gun is like not you can't really tell what it is, but I could fix that. But yeah, I really liked this one. It was a lot of work just to get it together, and I really wanted to add in the perspective drawing that I also made, and I would have put at the bottom of him like running away or like escaping or like crying in the alley or something like that. But I didn't. But I will. I think I will go back on that just so I can put in my portfolio. But I really liked this class. I learned a lot. I've never done anything like this. Like I've never done a comic book series or created characters before. So I really like that, and I can't wait to do more. So, thank you.